Okay, so here's another thing when we regard the whole spiritual warfare component against the children of Yasharal, those of us who are of Yahudah. Be vigilant. As one of my associates once said, be vigilant when it comes to your diet, what you're eating. Right now I'm walking up a nice steep hill, and I'm about to hopefully climb an even more steep hill in just a little while. But there are three S's, as in the letter S, that just seem to dominate the food industry: salt, sugar, soy. You all, that stuff is in so much. And we know that moderation is key, but when you've got an entire industry tied to the overall economic system within this capitalistic society, and all the systems are somehow intertwined: healthcare, pharmaceuticals, watch this, even death care. You all, these demons are all about making the money by any means necessary, which means at the expense of your health, physical, mental, spiritual, what have you. And of course, the insurances are a piece of that as well. But the soy thing is so interesting to me because, when I was growing up, soy wasn't listed, at least, as one of the major ingredients in a lot of items like breads, breads that you buy from the grocery stores and so forth. But soy, just like sugar and salt now, is in everything. And why that is, I don't know. And when I say everything, I mean just about everything. I shouldn't technically say everything. That might be, a bit of hyperbole there, but check it out. There's certain brands of tea, like Bigelow tea, Bigelow, I think is the spelling of it. And most of the times, that particular brand is what you find in hotels and so forth. I don't know why. I guess they have contracts with a lot of the hotels. But anytime a hotel that's kind of like a 2-3 star hotel, like you'll find on the expressway when you're traveling, anytime they offer coffee and tea as part of the service, whether it's within your room or if you have a continental breakfast type deal, the tea that they offer is usually Bigelow brand. And Bigelow tea, TEA, contains soy lecithin. And I remember telling one of my daughters, I was like, why would there actually be soy placed in a tea bag? What is that really about? It's in everything else, just about. It's in soups, canned soups that people buy. Again, like I said, it's in the breads, it's in pastries, cakes, pies. You've got soy milk. It's in a lot of the cereals and so forth that people eat. All this stuff that you buy at the grocery stores. Soy, 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 soy. Salt, sugar. In different forms and different names, but it still boils down to salt, sugar, and soy. Be vigilant about what you're putting in your bodies, especially for us. Now, the other piece is, when you're buying fish, before I even go to the fish, those of you who still eat poultry, do a little search on YouTube. You're going to find the videos where a lot of this boneless chicken, these breasts and chicken strips, tenders, all this good stuff, that we see in a lot of these restaurants. I mean, first of all, I don't know. I'm not even going to go there. But anyway, there's blatant video. It's not even a secret video. Companies are outright saying that they are developing chicken meat from cells, stem cells. so that they're not having to raise the entire chicken and deal with, the bio waste of the chicken and all that good stuff. So they're just creating in the laboratory the chicken meat. And I find that kind of interesting that they're even able to do that. But of course, biologically, they're doing a lot of stuff in the labs. So be mindful of what you're consuming for those of you who are still eating poultry. And the same applies to the red meat as well. Fish now. If you're trying to stick to organic products, natural, there's a brand of fish that comes in a bag, and you can find it at some of your larger places like, Walmart and so forth. And this brand is called Wild Caught. Wild caught fish, wild caught pollock, wild caught salmon, wild caught whatever, trout, whatever it is. The brand is wild caught. That does not mean that the fish is wild caught. Okay? In fact, if you read the inscriptions, the writing on the back of those bags, you will find that a lot of that fish is indeed farm raised. And not only farm raised, but lots of times it's farm raised in places like China. Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good. Oh,
Hey,
sorry.
you? All right. Speaking to the neighbor and the dog. Yeah, it's farm raised in China and, and other places, and technically not wild caught. There's even a particular fish that I like to eat. I bought some just the other day, pompano, and some say papano, but pompano. And now they have this variation of it that they call golden pompano. Oh, sounds all nice, right? I researched how is this fish now being not necessarily produced. What was the term I was looking for? I guess is it still being caught naturally, I guess. Now this is after I've already bought them and prepared them. And I think I'd actually even eaten one at that point, or half of one, I should say. Come to find out, they're being mass produced in China also. And they've got these, what they call ocean tanks. So they're using the salt water, I guess to simulate the ocean, but they're mass producing the fish in these tanks, which means that they are controlling the population, they're controlling the size of the fish. And, usually that control means some sort of chemical or some sort of biological agent. They're doing something that enhances the growth and development of these fish. And it's like, okay, here we go. Something that I still enjoy, which is this fish. Now I've got to cut it out also because this is what's going on in the world. Be vigilant, you all. Be vigilant. Please read your labels. Please read your labels. But most of all, abide by the direction and the unction of the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit as we call him, because that's going to be our safety there. So in other words, if something doesn't seem right, leave it alone. My old motto is, when in doubt, do without. When in doubt, do without. So if you ever get that inclination that, hey, maybe I shouldn't bother this, maybe I shouldn't consume this, even if it's something that supposedly is natural, looks natural, even if it's something from somebody that you trust or you think you trust, if all of a sudden you get the sense that, you know what, maybe I shouldn't touch it, baby, don't touch it. Leave it alone. Because you even got people, sliding in pork and, different things, and they know how you're living. They know that you're not on pork and shellfish and any other detestable thing that we're not supposed to consume. So you have to be vigilant to, number one, know what you're consuming, but also here comes that C word, which is control. Do your best to control it. You cook for yourself as much as you can. Don't send anybody to the market for you. You shop for yourself. You prepare your own food. Or at least if you got a spouse or some people in your family who are on the same tip that you're on, hey, just y'all do what y'all got to do and make it happen the right way. Because we don't want to be found guilty because of ignorance. And ignorance in this case is simply ignoring the truth that the enemy is out there acting very subtly towards us and trying to slip in curses. All right? Be vigilant about your food and your drink. read everything, pray through it all, and don't move until you've got your answer from the Most High. May he keep you and may he protect you. And as usual, Isaiah 54:17, no weapon that is formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment, you shall condemn. Why is that? Because that's our inheritance as the Most High's children, as his people. Be blessed and be well.